Hey, what's going on? I'm Draco6263, and this is Sky Factory 2, a mod pack by Bacon Donut. Last time I left off, I had just placed down my Ender Quarry. Done quite a bit of stuff since then. I want to go through some of it here now, so maybe you can see. Yeah, it goes a little bit too fast to see, but I am getting stuff from that Ender Quarry. I'm gonna make this really quick just to have. So if I type in ore, you can kind of see I've got the yellowite ore here, silver ore. These are regular ores, not the ore gravel and stuff like that I had before. So I have that Ender Quarry running. Let me just really quick. I'm going to replace these energy conduit things with some of these. The energy and Ender energy. No, that's not the one that I wanted. There we go. I want a little bit higher of a output. Yeah, see, there we go. As soon as I got the higher output, it started doing more work, doing things better, which is kind of what I wanted. No, I want that there. Goodness. Speaking of ores, though, since I was speaking of ores, I decided to start using the smeltery to get some stuff actually getting worked on. Why is this not? It's got a clock on it and everything. Why you no work? So anyway, I got all of my iron ore that wasn't coming from the... Oh, stop. Keyboard's messing up. I got all of my iron ore that wasn't coming from the Ender Quarry and stuck it in here. So this is what's left right here. And then I've got 5 stacks in there. And then this is completely full. I think that's like 2, maybe 2.5 stacks. And then this here is also full. And I've got it pumping out into these. It's supposed to be pumping out into all of these. Something's going wrong with it and it's not, but I'll figure out what that is later. So far I've gotten 2 stacks of iron blocks, and it's increasing greatly, and I'm not even halfway through. So, you know, it's pretty nice to have a lot of iron. It's going to end up being several thousand ingots, which is pretty great. I'm excited for that. In the meantime, I'm going to go down to the deep dark, and we can take a look at the Ender Quarry and how I have it set up. So we get down here and you'll see I've got the Ender Quarry right here. I can't even tell you how many issues I had with trying to set it up so that I don't fill my ME system with cobblestone. This is supposed to be taking all of the cobblestone. You can see it has 4,000 in it, which is, you know, that's a lot of cobblestone. Like, if you imagine 4,000 blocks being placed, that's quite a bit. I think that's 2 full inventories. But you'll still see, even though I have that set up, I have this backed like 2 extra spaces, maybe like 1 extra space. No, that's 2. I've got that 2 full blocks away, so the first inventory it should find would be this one. It still ends up about a quarter of the cobble ends up going to the ME ender chest. So I still have to work on that. This here is my dimensional transceiver that is powering this thing, and this thing is just doing work. It's like, it's making me proud. So I'm gonna go off to this end. You'll see that the way an Ender Quarry works is it'll replace the blocks that it mines out with dirt, which really helps me out because getting dirt was kind of difficult before. So what I'm gonna do after this Ender Quarry area is finished, I'm gonna come through with an excavator, shoot, what mod is it? A Tinker's Construct excavator and get as much of the dirt as I possibly can. Cause like, I don't know. I mean, this is gonna be the easiest way for me to get dirt, bar none. I think this is like a 54 by 55 area. I didn't count too specifically. I just wanted to get it, you know, done. And I'm really happy with the way it's going. I haven't checked how many diamonds I've gotten from it. With almost 17,000 blocks scanned, I still haven't checked the diamonds. Let's see. Yeah, we're at just over 17,000 blocks, so I'm gonna go back to the ME system and we'll see how many diamonds we've gotten. The thing that I want to work on getting next is a Silk Touch upgrade, because I have a feeling running my ores through a crap, I've forgotten what it's called, a sag mill, is more than a Fortune 3 upgrade would give me anyway, and it doesn't have as high of a power cost. The Silk Touch power cost is a 1.5 times modifier. I think the Fortune 3 is like a 6 times modifier or something like that. Let me see real quick. We can look. Fortune, if I can spell right. Yeah, the Fortune 3 is an 80 times multiplier on the power drain. That's no thank you. Like, no thank you at all. So yeah, not happening that way. Let's see how many diamonds we have. Diamond. Is that an 83 or a 33? That is 33. Okay. So we haven't gotten any diamonds yet. Must not have gotten deep enough to get to the diamond area. That's fine. We'll get there eventually. What else did I just see? I saw something. Oh yes, obsidian. So I had the lava drum here, and I was pumping fluid lava into this stone barrel to get my obsidian, and it was kind of taking a little while because there's only a maximum flow rate for the lava that can go in and everything. I added some speed upgrades to that though, and I could literally right click as fast as I could and not catch up to the rate that it was flowing the obsidian in. So I got a stack of obsidian really quickly, just to have, because it's going to be useful for lots of other things. Yeah, other than that, like, I'm just waiting for the iron to finish up. After the iron is finished, I'm going to be running my aluminum. I'm mostly doing this to clear space in the ME system until I can get more room for other things, because right now it's kind of filled up mostly on ore and cobble. The cobble is, where's my cobble? See, I have 4,000. I had 0 earlier. I had emptied this completely probably like half an hour of gameplay ago. So that tells you about how quick the cobble comes in. And it actually, you know, come to think of it, that puts it at about 50-50 instead of 75-25 on the cobble split. I'm going to have to figure out a way to prevent cobble from getting put into my ME system, because I put an this is a export bus, which I thought would be like an import bus. You have a inventory here, and it puts you have an inventory here, and it puts the things from its inventory into the ME system. Well, I put an inventory down here underneath the export bus, and it didn't do anything. And I don't know, that bothered me. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make that work, or I'm going to have to figure out what to do with all this cobblestone. Because right now, the way I've been working with it is I just come through like this, fill out my inventory as much as I possibly can, and pick that back up. And then I fly my way all the way over here, all the way over to this thing, and I deposit it in the deep storage unit. And that is how I've been dealing with my cobble so far. It's a very manual process, though. With my ME system being as small as it is right now, it's not the best system to have going. One thing I do want to try now that I'm getting these yellowite ores, is I want to sag mill those. I think I get like 3 or 4 for every ore, 3 or 4 dust for every ore. And I want to just see how much power I can output if I fill this completely with the full, what does it take, 64? How much does it take? 128. It takes 128 ingots to completely fill that. I want to see how much power I can generate with 128 ingots in here. Can't do that yet, but that is something that is on the agenda. Yeah, the next thing that is on the agenda, though, the like very next thing, is I want to get that Silk Touch upgrade so that any diamond ores or coal ores I get come through as ore instead of as the mined up product. I want to do that so that I can sag mill everything. I'll get a whole array of sag mills going, pumping out of the ME system or out of some kind of system and then back into the ME system somehow. I'm also thinking about connecting multiple like terminals to make a more complicated network of for my ME. Just because this is like, I've had this basic ME setup since the very beginning, and there's so many more complicated things that you can do with Applied Energistics and the ME system specifically. It's just I'm a complete and utter novice and have no idea what those things are. I do know that there is some kind of automated crafting where you can just like pick an item, have it go, and like it'll craft everything from the very most base thing. Like say I wanted to make an octatic. I wanted to make one of these. Okay, there are so many parts in this. I need vibrant alloys, which means I need to use the alloy smelter. I need to make glowstone. I need to make the double layer capacitors, which means I need to make energetic alloy. I need to grind coal into that, and I need to make 2 basic capacitors, which means I also have to have gold nuggets. So I have to break up my ingots. It will do all of that. I just have no idea how to set it up to do that. See, I've gotten like 900 cobblestone since I took it over there already. It's a little ridiculous. Gonna empty it again. Yeah, it's more than a little ridiculous. It's a lot ridiculous. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to figure out a long-term solution somehow. I know that there should be a way to just like say, hey, don't let this go through, just delete it. And it'll take only cobblestone and do something else with it. But I tried using filters and it wasn't working because filters let something pass through. They don't let something not pass through. And that was my mistake. And I don't really know what to use if filters aren't it. So I have to do a little research. Got to do a lot of research actually. I'm behind on my Sky Factory research. Yeah, after I see how much power I can get out of this, if it's less than I need it to be, because I do need a really high amount of power. If it's less than I need it to be, I will probably end up making an even bigger reactor. This one will still power my major stuff, but it never hurts to have like too much power, right? So this one will be powering like all my day-to-day stuff that when I have the city set up will be perfect. But I'll have a bigger one that will power all my major projects, like when I get the laser drill set up, or if I get my Ender Quarry upgraded to somehow have the Fortune 3 thing for some stupid reason. I want to be able to handle that times 80 multiplier, and having a bigger reactor will do that. But time will tell if that becomes necessary or not. For now, I'm pretty well set. I'm where I want to be for this episode. I got things done before I started. Yeah, I've still got a lot of iron to go. I kind of wish I'd counted up how many ingots I would have at the end of it, because I'm guessing it's going to be over 6,000, but it might be like closer to 4. This is probably definitely in the range of 4 to 6,000 ingots though, which is mind-boggling when you think about just like how many ingots that is versus how long I had to work to get my first few. Yeah, this is a pretty productive episode. Lots of iron. Way more available dirt now. I just need to make an excavator to go in there and actually collect it. And kind of just more organization. The Ender Quarry is going well. I'm good. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.